Carrie lives in the small town of Midville, Pennsylvania, with her older brother Chris and is gathering material for a book about a series of mysterious disappearances of young women in their county. Rumors circulate that the crimes are connected to enigmatic pigmen supposedly living somewhere near the town, though the only person who truly believes these monsters exist is a local homeless man named Reggie. When, right in front of Carrie, another victim of the pigmen, who has managed to escape their captivity, takes her own life, the young woman decides to investigate the legend more closely, enlisting the help of her new acquaintance, Andy. The town of Midville, Pennsylvania is real, and the legend of the pigmen on which Pig Hill is based wasn't invented out of thin air either. American writer Nancy Williams, who grew up in Midville herself, had heard the story since childhood. In the late 2000s, she wrote the novel Pig inspired by it, which later became the basis for this film. For the sake of full authenticity, the filmmakers shot Pig Hill in the real Midville and devoted several scenes over the course of the movie to a detailed exploration of the legend. Why does this matter? Because this is one of those films where the story behind its creation is far more interesting than the film itself. To say that Pig Hill is uneven would be an understatement. For the first half hour, the movie follows genre rules to the letter. It introduces the legend, presents the characters, intrigues the audience with an effective teaser killing, and culminates in a bloody scene in which a girl who has escaped from Pig Hill first attempts to induce an abortion with a coat hanger, and then gives birth on a bathroom floor to some unknown creature. Unfortunately, the filmmakers, director Kevin Lewis, remembered for the deranged horror film Willy's Wonderland starring Nicolas Cage, and first-time screenwriter Jared Burris, failed to develop this setup into an engaging or meaningful movie. Instead of moving forward, the film gets bogged down in marginal notes and explanations, while the characters make one stupid decision after another, starting with the choice to go investigate Pig Hill at night. Why or for what reason is never explained, because these aren't mistakes so much as indifference. The filmmakers have no real interest in their characters. They don't generate the story, they merely service it. That said, Lewis does have two trump cards he plays in the third act. First, he unleashes shocking stories about the pigmen raping women and forcing them to give birth to their offspring. Then he turns the entire narrative upside down, transforming the story from a scary folktale into a psychological thriller in which trauma is used as a universal key to everything that's happening, from abuse and pedophilia to gaslighting. Sadly, Lewis fails to properly land this twist. The pacing collapses in the climax, the actors go wildly over the top across the board, and the decision to heighten the effect by switching to a frantic shooting style and epileptic editing finishes the film off completely. Pig Hill clearly wants to resemble the films of David Lynch and Gaspar Noé, but beneath its visual noise there's no sense of structure or authorial voice. By the finale, the movie turns into an unbearable test of the viewer's patience. And most importantly, there is no therapy in this supposed shock therapy. No attempt to process, reflect, ask questions, or think through the answers together. The filmmakers don't work through trauma, they exploit it, doing so with maximum carelessness, as if they weren't preparing a refined dish for genre connoisseurs but mixing slop for pigs.